Hello, my name is Leah Anderson, and I'm going to be covering some of the most important things that I learned about creating a training and development program. Starting with goals. Goals are incredibly important. In fact, they are the foundation of why we do what we do. So, when it comes to identifying goals, it's important to, first of all, take your time and to recognize that the goals you set are going to be setting the tone for the environment and for the work culture that you create. Moving on to identifying competencies, it's really important to create a competency model that will include things that are going to, first of all, prepare employees to positively contribute to whatever um, culture and environment you're seeking to create. And also, it's important to clearly identify those and define those so that there is no room for confusion among your employees. It's important to consider this competency model when creating your training and development program because you want employees to have, like I said, a clear understanding of expectations and of how the competency model is going to be applied to specific roles. So they know they're different, they know how their different abilities, skills, and personalities can be maximized on the job. People that are different are able to come together to build effective work teams when they are united under one collective vision. And so the competencies will help with that. And although they may have different approaches to get there, a company can do great things when they inspire employees to focus on using their individual gifts and their individual skills to contribute to that bigger picture. And moving on to the gap analysis, this step is all about identifying your organization's needs now and in the future, and basing that on whatever the organization's missions and goals are. So this means again, not rushing through this step, taking time to analyze and collect data and identify those gaps, and then create the right strategy to fill those gaps. And another important thing that I took away was about interviewing employees. You need to talk to your employees and you need to listen to your employees. And you need to find out their own goals within your company. And this process includes identifying business goals, gathering data, assessing training options, and building a training plan. And it's a very important part of this process. Is to ask the question, is there a challenge or is there an opportunity that can be solved with training, and to go on building from there. And then whenever it comes to training, some important things that I took away are that there are a lot of different options and different methods for offering training. Something that should be a top priority in offering formal training is accommodating for multi-generational and multicultural learning in order to address and prevent discrimination in the workplace, and making sure that all applicants, employees, and customers from all backgrounds are valued and feel included. I also think it's important to offer multiple options for training completion. That way, people can decide based on how they prefer to learn, and everyone is going to get the most out of their training experience if you do this. Another important factor is coaching and mentoring. And I think one of the biggest things that I took away from this section are that first of all, they're incredibly valuable and shouldn't be skipped when it comes to creating a training and development program. And it's also important to distinguish between the two, because I think a lot of the time they're lumped together as the same thing, but they're really completely different. They have different uses, and it's important to know this so that you know which one is appropriate for the specific person or specific situation that you're dealing with. Coaching is creating a space for someone to come to their own conclusion, whereas mentoring is more about telling someone what to do. So if you're able to understand the difference between these two, you can better use them in your company. And finally, a valuable piece of information that I will take from this course is that you should allow employees space to learn and advance on their own, because there are a lot of benefits to this. And with that being said, not all of your employees will do this, and not all of them will stick to this or benefit from this learning style. So I think it's important to just know who you're working with and to use discernment in deciding when to allow self-directed learning and when to apply a more guided learning approach. But either way, it's important to just offer those options and just know your employees and know what is going to be best for them. And I think if you do that, you'll be able to get the most out of your training and development program. And I definitely plan on using all of these things that I've learned and applying them if I ever find myself in a leadership or management position. Thank you.